Hello, welcome to another edition of Cor Pallanck Anywhere. On this installment, we're taking a look at some of the nightlife and things that are going along here in Buenos Aires. Across the street, we have what appears to be an Irish pub. Right? I mean, it says classic Irish pub on it, you know? Well, so I was walking down the street here, and the guy on the corner was handing out flyers, and I was looking for an asada restaurant, and I asked him, I said, hey, do you know where a good asada restaurant is? I just thought, hey, you know, he could be helpful and point me in the right direction. He's all, oh yeah, man, sure, in Spanish. I know where an asada restaurant is. Come with me. Come on over here, and I'll write you directions. So together we go into this, you know, what appears to be on the outside to be an Irish pub. And then as soon as we get inside, like two women approach me and grab me from either side and pull me over into a bench and start caressing my arms and stuff. Then all of a sudden the guy who was just supposed to get me directions to the restaurant comes back with 3 drinks. One for me and one for the 2 ladies. Well, they also brought over at the same time the bill for the drinks, and it was like 150 pesos. 35 bucks or whatever for 3 drinks, and a place where a bottle of whiskey costs $5. Anyway, then the ladies begin to explain to me that for the price of the drinks that I have to buy, because I've come in now, that I can enjoy the lesbian show and have a massage, or a massage. And, you know, not that I'm philosophically opposed to massages and lesbian shows, but I was really just looking for an asada restaurant. And so I tried to excuse myself, and I tried to leave, and I went to the door, and I pushed it to try to get out, and then it wouldn't open. And I'm like panicking. I'm thinking that they're going to keep me in there, and they try to shake me down for my money, and then so I turn to them and I say, I'm gonna call the police in Spanish. And then they all go, no! And then they go, pull the door. So I pulled the door open and I left. But so here in Argentina, prostitution is illegal, sorta. You can't pay money for sex or for sex acts. Instead, you buy really expensive drinks, and in exchange for those expensive drinks, the women in these facilities get really friendly. Silhouette of the woman here on the corner should have been the clue to the true nature of the bar, but I mean the rest of it, it's like classic Irish pub. I mean, how are you to know?
So when you visit Buenos Aires, be careful to know what kind of bar you're going into.
Anywhere.
You've probably heard that toilets flush one way in the northern hemisphere and another in the southern hemisphere. Well, this is what it looks like in the northern hemisphere. The toilet seems to flush counterclockwise. So I decided I would compare this against the toilet in the southern hemisphere. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for science. This is a toilet flushing in the southern hemisphere. As you can see, it goes clockwise. Science is amazing.
This is the airplane bathroom sink as we flew over the equator. As you can see, it just seems to kind of go straight down. What causes this is the Coriolis effect, because the Earth is spinning.
Pallanck.
Anyway, look it up.
Anywhere.
Alright, Buenos Aires is a classy city, so I think it's time we class this thing up and take a look at some of the culture. Some people say that Buenos Aires is the Paris of South America. You know, there's a lot of Parisian-styled architecture. And it's just a really beautiful cosmopolitan city. All right, behind me is the obelisco. It's a national symbol. In particular, it's a symbol for the city of Buenos Aires. Later on, I'll do a meaningful voiceover explaining the history of this this monument here. I'm a little shoddy with my research though.
The obelisk of Buenos Aires is in the center of the Plaza de la República. It was erected in 1936 to commemorate the 4th centenary of the city of Buenos Aires.
Bien, bien.
Gracias.
Gracias.
We're here this evening across from the Obelisco here in Buenos Aires, where there's going to be a free tango show tonight, where they've set up 8,000 seats for the people here in Buenos Aires to enjoy the show. Tango is a very important part of the culture here in Argentina and in Buenos Aires in particular. I picked up my own little hat. This is very typical of the tango style, so like, I still don't know how to tango, but I got the hat. That's step one.
There are tango shows of all shapes and sizes to be enjoyed in Buenos Aires. This production beneath the Obelisco in the Plaza de República is one of the larger spectacles. The true spirit of tango is in the air in Buenos Aires. It's alive in the streets. It is alive in the hearts of the people who join together in a timeless, rhythmic embrace and dance the cares of the world away.
The Plaza de Mayo in Buenos Aires sits across from the Casa Rosada, the seat of the executive branch of the Argentine government, the pink equivalent of the White House. Every Thursday, the Asociación Madres de Plaza de Mayo, or the Mothers of May Plaza, gather to remember their children who were disappeared, victims of the dirty war waged during the dark years of Argentina's military dictatorship between 1976 and 1983. For over 30 years, the mothers have come together to fight to be reunited with their lost children. The military claims that more than 9,000 of the political activists and their family members that were abducted remain unaccounted for. The mothers believe the true number is closer to 30,000. Many of the abducted were children or infants that were given to families sympathetic to the government of the dictatorship. Keeping the spirit of their children alive, the mothers continue their weekly demonstrations and have created an independent university and cultural center where they offer free education and health services and promote the revolutionary ideals of many of their lost loved ones. To learn more about the struggles of the mothers and grandmothers of May, visit the website abuelas.org.ar.
This episode finds me in Mendoza, Argentina, which is the region here in Argentina that's famous for producing wines. As you might be aware, the whole concept of this travel experiment, this open-ended travel experiment, Cor Pallanck Anywhere, is that I will go anywhere in the world to explore whatever you want me to. But to do that, you need to tell me where to go, and you need to help me to get there. So we're working on it. I still haven't tried pimping myself on the interwebs yet. I'm looking for ideas for you. So if you know of anywhere super interesting that you think I should visit, please let me know, and then I'll try to get other people to send me money to go there. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same person with the idea and the money, but if enough people are interested in me going to look into something, then it can work out. So it can be something serious, some sort of issue in the world that needs to be delved into, like the plight of the indigenous peoples in the Amazons fighting the oil giants. Or it could be, a really great party that you think that I need to go there and be a borracho at. I'll do it all for you. So that's what Cor Pallanck Anywhere is. Today we're here at the, how do you say this?
Sichin.
Lia Sichin. This is our tour guide today.
Family Sichin's.
Oh, the Sichin family. And it's totally organic, right?
Full organic.
full organic, and they don't use sulfides. Is that what you were saying?
Copper sulfate they use.
Oh, they use but a little.
A little bit on.
Okay. So they use a little bit of copper sulfide.
That is a natural mineral and it doesn't affect to the organic way of working.
But it I'm sure you heard that. Here on this farm, they use a method of farming called biodynamic, which is, there's a little voodoo involved. This method was started by Rudolf Steiner, who was a famous sort of occult philosopher and stuff from in the 20th century. And basically, so they use totally organic methods here, but they also do this weird little voodoo thing where they have a vat of water that they do some weird stuff with. So there's like faith magic stuff going on in it too. Apparently this stuff is really good. Es un poco mágico.
The magic thing of this is that sometimes they make the harvest in certain moons.
Yeah,
When
I
they have
see.
the moon, they make the harvest. They pick the grapes at night
Oh yeah.
with a very big full moon.
Uh-huh.
Because we really know nowadays when the grape is ready because it had the ideal sugar level.
Un vino muy joven, fresco,
It's a very young wine,
frutal,
a fresh wine,
fácil de tomar,
fruity.
dentro de la
It's easy
línea
to
de los
drink.
vinos suaves.
It's very suave. Cecito, little suave.
Información a la vista, lo que nos permite ver el color del vino.
It's got an intense color of red.
¿Verdad? No se toma directamente. Segunda
It's cloudy,
información,
don't drink that
giramos.
shit.
¿Sí? Suero.
Taste
Para
it with all your
degustar, para
mouth.
sentir el sabor. Respiren por nariz para percibir.
Breathe it into your nose.
Breathe out the air.
Or breathe it out your nose.
Para descubrir el aroma, el sabor del vino. ¿sí?
Discover the
Bueno,
flavor and smell
y
of
salud,
the
chicos, para
wine.
todos.
Hey, we're at our second stop here on our tour of the wine country of Mendoza. And we're actually not at a winery. They did a bit of a bait and switch on us. I thought we were going to 3 wineries, but apparently it's only 2 wineries and 1 olive oil-teria, or whatever you call a place that makes olive oil.
En primera instancia, vamos a recibir las aceitunas.
I don't know
en una
about you,
habitación
but
acá al
personally,
lado. Se van a ir
I'm not too interested in how olive oil is made.
Tienen nombre
Don't get me wrong, I
cariñoso,
like
son para
olive
las
oil.
más
I
pequeñas.
just thought I was going to be on a wine tour. Plus, I mean, there's other things I'd rather be doing.
My Spanish isn't that good, but there's like 3 different main, and I wasn't paying total attention, but there are 3 main types of olive oil. There's the extra virgin, which takes a whole bunch of olives to make. There's virgin, and then there's just plain olive oil. And now we're gonna go inside where we'll get to taste the wonder that is olive oil.
You know, the olive oil was way better than the tour, and they make this really awesome olive paste too. So if you get a chance, I would recommend hitting up the olives and olive oil, but maybe skipping the tour unless that's your thing. We also went to another winery that was a little more industrial in scale.
Here they crush the grapes. They put them in here with some of their magic sauce to make it ferment and turn it into wine. This is the first stage where they make the young wine, and then after that they put it in these barrels to age here in these temperature-controlled rooms to produce that superior quality vino.
Of course, the best part of any wine tour is actually sampling the wine.
Not to drink, it's testing. So you drink already.
I'm testing it. I need to test it twice.
I see.
2 times.
I see, yes, because you're the size.
Yes, yeah.
She just said, yes, because of your size. That's one thing about Argentine culture.
It's still fruity.
They'll just come out right and tell you how fat you are.
I feel like Tiny Tim. Can I have some more, please?
Next, our guides told us that they had a special treat for us and were taking us to a secret location.
So apparently they have fine artisanal chocolates here and also absinthe. So I think I may be glad that I didn't buy a bottle of wine, which I could get anywhere, and I could buy a bottle of absinthe here. The absinthe is very strong. What did they say? 150 proof? You're supposed to drink it with water and sugar. Once again, we saw the sign out front, but I don't think the sign really conveys what this place is. They make like all sorts of weird sweet things and chocolates and really interesting liqueurs with exotic ingredients. We'll take a look at some of the bottles. When you're in Mendoza, be sure to come by A La Antigua and enjoy the many weird yet delightful delicacies they offer here and the special liquors. They were muy deliciosa.
Anywhere.
On this episode of Cor Pallanck Anywhere, I got as close as I'll probably ever get to scaling one of the world's highest mountains. From Mendoza, I hopped on a tour bus for a day trip up to the base of the highest mountain in the Americas, the majestic Andes growing ever larger on the horizon. The Andes are the world's second highest mountain range, with its highest peak reaching 22,841 feet above sea level. As we journeyed along the road up to the Andes, we stopped at various points of interest, like this river here.
It's the spot where San Martin, the Liberador, crossed the river with his troops when they went to go kick some Spanish ass and win the independence for the peoples of South America. Here's the river.
General San Martin is regarded as one of the founding fathers of Argentina. After forming the Army of the Andes, he used a secret route over the mountains into Chile, where he put some major smackdown on the Spanish forces in the battles of Chacacao and Maipú in 1818. Together with Simon Bolivar, he continued to kick ass until South America was liberated from Spanish rule. Anyway, he crossed this river with the Army of the Andes in 1817. Puente del Inca, or the Inca's Bridge, is a natural arch over the Vacas River. Hot thermal waters seep out of the mountainside, depositing minerals, giving the site its yellowish hue. In the early 20th century, there was a thermal resort and spa built on the site. The nearby resort was destroyed by an avalanche. The area was closed to the public about 10 years ago. Now we get to look at it from across the river and imagine how nice it would be to sneak in there and take a nice hot dip. Across from the side of the old hot springs, industrious merchants have set up their booth where they sell their traditional handicrafts. It's a good place if you want to get some alpaca socks or traditional Andean sweaters and knickknacks, bric-a-brac.
Okay, we're here right now in the Parque
Aconcagua.
Aconcagua. Underneath this beautiful mountain. What's the mountain
That's
called?
it, Aconcagua.
Oh, that is La Montaña
Más alta.
Aconcagua.
La más alta de América.
Oh, it is the highest mountain in America in todos. What am I speaking Spanish? In all of America, north and south, central, this is the highest mountain. Right now we're up here where the oxygen is lower. But I'm fit as a fiddle. Now, Americans love shows where fat people lose weight. And
that's what you're doing.
yeah. So as long as if you can help me keep going with this travel experience, I will lose weight on TV for you. Look at this now. Look at that now. Right? The more I travel, the more weight I'll lose. And I know Americans love that. So visit our website at Core Reality Productions and help me keep traveling.
Good.
What a majestic mountain. That's as close as we're getting. This time. This time. After a few more core planks anyway, after I shed some weight and do some high altitude training, maybe we'll make a run for it. Hey, welcome to another edition of Cor Pallanck Anywhere. Tonight, we're on a train in Buenos Aires heading out to the provincia, out to catch a boat in Tigre to go to a full moon party where we're gonna celebrate the full moon. Tonight is a super full moon. The full moon is as close to the Earth as it has been in over 18 years. So if you believe in like moon energy, shit like that, well, fuck, it's extra fucking energy tonight. Yeah! See, we've just connected with some porteños on the train. And we're going to the full moon party. In Tigre on the island as well. Or as they say in Spanish, también.
Tigre is a town about 17 miles north of the city of Buenos Aires.
Changing alcohol right now.
What's that, man?
There are 2 trains that can take you from the city to Tigre.
I choose Argentina, man. It's everything that we want.
One is really cheap. It's a commuter train that will take you right to downtown Tigre for about 30 cents. The other is a tourist train, the Tren de la Costa, and will cost you about $8. We chose the cheap train, the Mitre line, which obviously had a very liberal drinking policy.
It's okay in Central North, South America. We're all together, man. Todos Americanos! Todos Americanos! That's the way we call them, man.
Joy Pon. Super Poncho is the poor man's Super Poncho.
Who's from Costa Rica?
Us.
I'm from fucking Costa Rica.
We're going to the Puerto de Frutos.
Puerto de Frutos, right?
Yeah, for our voyage to some island where we're gonna party under the full moon.
We're in Tigre, part of Argentina. He's an Argentinian in here.
But have you ever seen a psychedelic circus? Those innocent fun games of the hallucination generation?
Okay.
Oh shit. Alright, shit, we're on the boat now.
The lights fucked up. We've been talking about the movie all night, and it's been above our heads the whole time, but we haven't thought to look at it.
Aboard a small boat, we embarked on a mysterious ride through the Parana Delta, heading out to some island in the darkness in search of good music and good times under the glow of the full moon. Tigre is named after the jaguars that once roamed and were hunted in the area. For the last 100 years or so, Tigre has served as a sort of whimsical retreat from the highly dense happenings in the big city.
Something happened that night when the camera was tucked away. I had a mishap. Perhaps I was partying too hard. Maybe I was reckless, or careless, or a rock and roll mixture of all 3.
Oh my god, this party's awesome. Oh man, I'm a shining god! Golden fucking god. I think I broke my leg.
Or maybe it was more like this.
Hey guys, wait up! Oh! I think I broke my leg.
Anyway, you may never know.
Tigre is in the province of Buenos Aires.
The city of Buenos Aires is kind of like Washington, D.C., as it's the federal capital of Argentina, the Capital Federal. Its official name is Ciudad Autónoma de Buenos Aires, or translated the autonomous city of Buenos Aires. Surrounding the city of Buenos Aires is a province of the same name. A province is kind of like a state. We had a blast in Tigre, getting our wholesome groove on under the full moon. That is until I broke my leg. Well, we actually kept having a good time after I broke my leg. Just 17 miles north of Buenos Aires by train, Tigre rests along the Parana Delta and is a major tourist destination. The delta is host to an archipelago of wooded islands chock full of cabins, resorts, campsites, and there's even an amusement park. It's some sort of nearly idyllic pleasuredom.
We went out to Tigre and had a great time. I think I may have broken my leg, and there are no taxis anywhere. There's a taxi! Oh God! It hurts so much. Oh. We had a great full moon party. Tigre is beautiful. I had no idea how beautiful and cool it is. Like, seriously, all the crappy touristy shit we did, like, on this trip and all the damn tours and shit. Whatever. You come to Buenos Aires, get out to Tigre. Just try not to break a limb while you're doing it.
Cor Pallanck. Anywhere. Cor Pallanck. Anywhere.